Hey, hey, hey. This is your girl Rochelle, your host. Welcome to our very first episode of From the Eyes of a Daddy's Girl podcast. Today is August the 1st, 2026, and I honestly am still getting emotional saying these words because it's our official launch day. First, I want to say thank you. Thank you for pressing play. Thank you for choosing to spend part of your day with me. Out of all the podcasts you could be listening to, you're here. And I truly don't believe that's by accident. I believe God has a way of connecting people with exactly what they need and when they need it. So wherever you're listening from, whether you're driving to work, sitting at home, taking a walk, or simply looking for a little encouragement, I want to personally welcome you home. Today is more than the launch of my podcast. It's the fulfillment of assignment that God placed on my heart quite some years ago. What you're listening to today didn't begin with a microphone or a logo. It began with a whisper from God. It began with a vision that He kept placing before me, even when I kept trying to look the other way. I kept saying, Lord, I'm a behind-the-scenes person. I can't do this. And if I'm being completely honest, I ran from this assignment for 2 years. Not because I didn't love the vision or even believe in the vision, but because I didn't feel qualified to carry it. I questioned whether my voice mattered. I wondered if anyone would actually listen. I told myself there were already enough podcasts, enough speakers, enough people sharing encouragement, and I kept asking God, why me? Surely somebody else could do this better than I could. Have you ever felt that way? Have you ever known in your heart that God was calling you to do something, but fear convinced you to stay where you were? Maybe it wasn't a podcast like this. Maybe it was you starting your business or writing your book. Or maybe it looked like you going back to school or changing your careers or ending an unhealthy relationship, whether that's a friendship or another type of relationship. Whether He's asking you to forgive someone or to just simply believe in yourself again. Sometimes the greatest battle isn't the world around us. It's what's the thoughts inside of our own minds. Eventually, I stopped running and I said yes. But saying yes wasn't the end of the struggle. It was just the beginning of a different one. One of the things I want to be intentional about on this podcast is creating something that feels different. I don't want this to be another place where people feel like they have to pretend. We already spend enough time in life doing that every day. We smile when we're hurting. We tell people we're okay when we're really not. We carry burdens that no one knows we're carrying because we've convinced ourselves that asking for help sometimes makes us weak. My prayer is that when you press play on this podcast, you'll feel like you're sitting down with a friend who isn't trying to impress you, but simply wants to encourage you. My goal isn't to tell you that I have all the answers because I don't. I'm still learning right along with you. I'm still growing, and I'm definitely still healing. But one thing I do know is that healing happens better when we don't have to walk alone. One of the biggest lessons life has taught me is that every person you meet is carrying something. Sometimes you can see it, and sometimes you can't. The person who seems to have it all together may be fighting battles they never ever told anyone about. The person who always encourages everyone else may secretly be wondering who's encouraging them. The caregiver who never leaves their loved one's side may be physically, emotionally, and spiritually exhausted. Trust me, I've been there. The woman who keeps showing up for everyone else may have forgotten how to show up for herself. That's why I believe compassion matters, kindness matters, listening matters. Sometimes the greatest gift we can give someone is not advice. It's simply letting them know that they don't have to carry the burden by themselves. I also want you to know that this podcast isn't just about talking, it's about growing. I want every episode to leave you with something practical that you can take into your everyday life. Maybe it's a different perspective or a tool that helps you navigate grief. Maybe it's encouragement to finally have a difficult conversation with your family, or the courage to set a boundary. Or maybe it's permission to rest. Or maybe you need a reminder that your identity isn't defined by what you've lost, but by who God says you are. Whatever that conversation is, I want it to leave you better than it found you. You'll hear me say often that healing isn't a destination, it's a journey. Some days you'll feel like you're making incredible progress, and other days you may feel like you've taken 10 steps backwards. That's normal. Healing isn't linear. Growth isn't linear. Faith isn't linear. There will be days when you feel incredibly strong and days when you wonder if you're going to make it at all. But give yourself grace in both seasons. Don't compare your journey to someone else's. God writes every story differently, and He never wastes a chapter. As we grow this community together, I hope you'll invite others to join us. Think about the friend who's quietly carrying grief, or the caregiver who always takes care of everyone else. Think about the woman who's trying to rebuild her life after disappointment. Think about the person who's searching for hope but doesn't know where to find it. Share this podcast with them, not because I'm trying to build numbers, but because I genuinely believe conversations have the power to change lives. Sometimes hearing someone say, "I've been there too," is exactly what another person needs to keep going. I also want this to be a conversation, not a monologue. I want you to hear stories. I want you to know what you're walking through. I want you to know what topics you'd like us to discuss, what questions you're wrestling with, and what victories you're celebrating. We'll laugh together, we'll learn together, we'll pray together, and sometimes we'll cry together too, because that is what community does. It reminds us that we were never meant to carry life alone. As I close today's episode, I want to leave you with one final thought. If God has placed something on your heart that you've been afraid to do, let this episode be your reminder that waiting until everything is perfect may mean waiting forever. Your purpose is not waiting on perfection. It's waiting on your yes. You don't have to know every step before you take the first one. You simply have to trust the one who's leading you. If today is the day you decide to take the first step, know that I'm cheering for you because I understand exactly how scary and how beautiful that first yes can be. Thank you for celebrating this launch day with me. Thank you for being one of the very first listeners of From the Eyes of a Daddy's Girl podcast. I truly believe this is only the beginning of something God is going to use in ways we can't even imagine. I can't wait to learn with you, to grow with you, and to walk beside you through whatever season of life you're in. Until next time, remember this: you are seen, You are valued, you are deeply loved, and your story is far from over. Keep healing, keep growing, keep becoming.